Hello everyone, let me make sure this is right this time. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. The last time I used the OBS system was to test out my DS emulator on my computer. And, stupidly enough, I left it there. So 12 minutes down the drain, let's do some catch up. Mr. Wright, I am so pissed, I really am, god damn it. What's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Oh, well, let's see. Just what is going on? Well, the victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death at 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's gonna be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. So let's go! Science awaits us! Well, the good thing about this being a redo, because I was so stupid, I can probably try to shave off a couple minutes off the recording time. Ugh, I don't know. I'm still pissed. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. I mean, there wasn't even a body found there, so who cares? Oh, yeah, right, Emma. It was only our victim who was killed in the evidence room, no biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing, I know it. That oil drum. Was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor? It was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at a crime scene? She'd never do that. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, well, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminal testing fluid. Luminal? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, Emma. Not drinking it. Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Now listen to my obligatory tutorial speech and start finding some bloodstains. Anyway, yep. I already know where it is because lo and behold, I've done this before. Yay. In my ruined video. Ugh. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? Ugh. Ugh. Emma, you're shaking. Well, it's just this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? I mean, scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this? Well, if you remember, as I said in the last video, in my deleted video, it's the amount of blood. No, just to say, what was wrong with the video? I left it on a different scene, and it was only showing like a background picture of Mega Man ZX the whole time. So all you hear is me talking and not even seeing what the game was about. But anyway, the amount of blood. 4 drops of blood. This is not a murder scene. This is someone with a bloody nose. Well, the perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think that there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. I mean, if they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm just gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah. And this stuff's pretty handy, too. Huh. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Yes, instead of buying cookies and candy, she saved up her allowance to buy luminal testing fluid. Well, you can't say she's not enthusiastic about becoming a forensic investigator. You really can't, but We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes, they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit in with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating the crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Huh. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Oh, Miss Starr. You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, that kind of lead-in doesn't exactly get my mouth watering. Yeah, day-old deli box. The only thing I would trust to eat day-old are things that I cooked and have leftovers, or what I got from takeout. Other than that, I am not buying something that is just straight-up day-old. Well, maybe bread. Fresh bread. Well, maybe some fresh bread. Day-old fresh bread, that's fine, but something that doesn't... Something like rice and fish, and that is like cooked, and then left for a day before it... You know what I mean. While I burnt to death. Okay, anyway. Ooh. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Starr, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that, so I'm sorry. Sorry? But you lied on the witness stand today. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, right, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years to be more precise. No matter how hardened the criminal, when faced with me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up. They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon, but I can also be an angel. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouth of suspect after suspect, and before long, they started to call me the Cough-Up Queen. Oh, I get it. And here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from one of your lunches. And you were just let go. Fired. I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Now here's a stupid thing here. When she says SL9, you think you're supposed to present the note or the knife. No. You gotta present this goddamn picture. Which has nothing to do with SL9. So don't ask, okay? Well, this is the first game, so they were trying to get things running, and somewhere along the line, either mistranslation in English, or just some bad detailing on the creator's part, something happened, and something that has nothing to do with SL9 needs to be presented. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain-link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't a problem, Miss Starr. It was you lying. Oh, listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time. And now we can start talking. God damn it! Okay, so you need to present both. Okay, I just talked straight out of my ass there. Okay, so you do need to use the picture and either that broken knife or the note, whichever one. Ugh. Man, I sound like an idiot. Well, what do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Oh, really? That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Okay, now this one I know for sure. You need to present both that picture that had nothing to do with SL9 and either the broken knife or the note in order to get this prompt. One or the other does not cut it. So it's like, oh, really? So you get lost and it's like, what do I do? It was weird. Anyway. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago. It was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it. Oh, on the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those. Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oh, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. So Marshall was also demoted. Well, he wasn't fired, just demoted. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then, it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9. There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. But wait, those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come sell lunches in this accursed office. I've come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Starr's old boyfriends. How many does she have? Anyway, just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch. I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Ah. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your... I mean, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now, he's cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating in this investigation. My thing is going weird. There we go. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. And that is our cue to look for Officer Jake Marshall. But just for our sake of reference, a Salisbury steak lunch. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. We're done. Anyway, actually, yes, we are done, because, this actually, even with the deleted episode that I had to delete because it just showed nothing for 12 whole minutes, I didn't really shave off a lot of time. It's 16 and a half minutes. And if I know anything about these, investigations, they're gonna be long as hell. That, and I'm thirsty and I need to stop. So, with that said, I will see you guys all on the next episode of Phoenix Wright. Until then, everyone, you all have a great time, and hopefully it won't be another long hiatus moment. Later, people.